Maybe your pops was tops. Maybe your father's a bother. If he's angry and mad or in absentee land, no matter what kind you had, here's fuck you, Dad.
Welcome to another episode of Fuck You Dad, everybody. We got the hilarious Tyler Horvath with you this week. What's going on, Tyler?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's an honor to be on Fuck You Dad.
You're doing something right.
My dad is a great man.
Yeah. You just want to say that up top.
I love you, Dad.
I'm sorry. It's for exposure.
Yeah.
I feel like the podcast is a little bit like a strip club because, like, people can love their dads, but the fact that you're in here means something went wrong.
100%. Well, yeah, there was some
Right,
job
right.
because, like, I just like it's. That's why it's so hard to if my dad were ever to see my stand up because it is his fault.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
your parents watching your stand-up, I'm like, you did something that resulted in this.
Yeah.
Have your parents seen you do stand up, Tyler?
Yeah, a lot. They're very supportive.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
They're great people.
what is it? What's wrong with you?
What's
right
wrong
out,
with
right
me?
out of the bat?
I don't know. I
Why
think
do
it's
you
just.
need the validation of strangers to sleep at night?
I think it's not. You know, so that's like that. Everybody says that about stand up. For me, I don't think it is that. I think I thought about everything else I could possibly do, and I was like, that sucks.
There's a lot of that for me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
like,
But you're looking at like the brochure. You remember like you go to this college, you could do this.
Oh,
and it's
man.
just like A, couldn't do that. But B,
Totally.
A, college was not happening. But B, you're just you look at that and you're like, oh, everything was just like, what sucks the least? And I'm like, I
Yep.
guess I could be like an alcoholic dentist technician. That
Right.
seems like a life I could
That
pull
would be good.
off. You know?
You don't even have to put the alcoholic in front of that. We know by all dentist technicians are alcoholics.
just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
hammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
What are you gonna do
You're
with
handing
that?
someone a scalpel and watching someone in pain, and then you
Yeah.
go home and drink a lot.
See, I
Yeah.
never grew up from when you're a little kid and you keep asking like your parents like, and then what? I kept asking that about like other shit. Like people are like, oh, you go and get a college degree in like history, and I'm like, and then what? And then they're like, well, and then you're a teacher, and then I'm like, and then what? And then
you're
they're like,
alone and a bunch of kids, and then you got a wife that once was passive, and now she kind of hates
and then
you.
you
Go
die,
home
and
yeah.
nothing else happens. Like at least comedy, there, if you keep asking, and then what? And then you get to a point where like, well, then you're,
Then your dreams come true.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll be happy.
Yeah. Big lie. Big lie.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, I mean, I was in college and I was like just trying to figure out what to do.
Right.
And like I was going to be a lawyer, and then everyone that I like hung out
you could
with.
have rocked. You could have been the coolest lawyer.
Yeah, I
ever.
think I would have been good at it, but like the thing that I thought being a lawyer was like fucking something that Aaron Sorkin wrote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
And it's not that, dude.
100%.
It's not that.
I
Dude.
also
It's-
thought, because I've watched some like law shows, I'm like,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
be a lawyer. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're in a courtroom, you're like saying
Yeah.
a bunch of really intense
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, I just want to do a set.
Yeah.
Want to be in front of a bunch
Yeah.
of people saying
No, you
things
just
that
wanna
make
do-
them feel stuff.
I don't want to argue in front of the Supreme Court. What I really want is to do a roast battle at the Lincoln Lodge.
Yeah. What I want to do is headline teehees in Des Moines.
Yeah, no, I really thought, I was like, well, the big thing was I was in college and there's all these people that were like, I'm going to be a lawyer, and they were taking all these steps.
Right.
And I was like, I am different than these people. Like,
you ever
they're
have someone
so
that actually
diligent.
cares about a thing?
They're so diligent and like driven. I never understood. I was like, how do you just like pick something and then that's the thing that you're going to do forever?
It's also it's about things that are so like mundane.
Yeah.
Like I've
Oh
worked a
my
lot of
God.
like data entry day jobs, and I'm like, I watch documentaries about serial killers.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
understand them more than someone who like genuinely likes a data entry.
Yeah. It's not surprising that you understand serial killers.
I don't
Yeah.
connect or understand with serial killers. I'm just saying like
on this
the urge to stab somebody for me is more relatable to being like I think entering 9096 seven times a day is
yeah,
fun.
no one's surprised about that.
Yeah.
There is like
But on this episode of Fuck You Dad,
yeah.
Kenyon identifies with serial killers.
well, here's
more-
the
Throw me
thing.
under the bus like that. I'm just saying. I am just saying. It makes more sense to me on a human relatable level than enjoying typing in numbers on a computer.
Well, I've
Yeah,
definitely related to serial. When you're in like the meeting at the office and and it's like 4:45 on a Friday, and the boss goes, "Any questions?" and everyone's like looking around, and then somebody's like, "Yeah, I don't really understand that." You're like,
Oh,
well,
my God.
I understand serial killers now
There's
because I
one-
want to put you in a trunk and slowly kill you. Like,
Dude,
why do you care? Like,
There's
nobody
one,
cares.
There's one person at my day job who was like, she was that person every single time. Like literally on a timer I could set. Like at the end of the meeting, so he's gonna go, all right, so that's all we have. Any questions? And I was like, 3, 2, 1. There she goes, you know. And she always had a lovely woman, but she just could not not ask a question.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of a
I
meeting.
feel like some people think, like, because of the Zoom aspect, they're like, I have to do something.
I do that. I'm that guy.
Well, yeah,
I always
dude.
ask the question, so it's like, hey, I'm Kenyon, I'm listening, and you should give me more stuff.
yeah.
Hey, more money and benefits
That's
for
a
Kenyon,
big
please.
one. That's a big one.
And
Yeah.
it's all, buddy, it's all bullshit.
I
Yeah.
still don't even have a profile picture on Teams. I'm still just like
Oh,
that
dude.
little like outline of a person.
I do the
Dude, when you
play the game.
when you said Teams right now, dude, I just shuddered.
hard PTSD.
I hate that
I
fucking
don't know.
program.
I
dude.
got the Slack, but it's
I hate Teams, dude.
Dude, if they played like if I was at a comedy club and they for some reason
my
played over
God.
the loudspeaker like the Teams like the
Oh
phone
my
call is
God.
ringing, I think I'd honestly lose it.
yeah. I would
Anytime
just-
you see that Slack notification, you're like, it's Vietnam,
Dude, so
Jesus.
my mom uses Teams, and I was back for Christmas. Like, you know, I was there for Christmas,
right.
and I was like, get a few days off of work, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I heard the notification on her computer, and I was
Oh.
like, oh my God, you know that sounds so. The association is so sharp, like
Yeah.
it's so direct.
It's like a
you're
Vietnam vet on a speedboat, bro.
Yeah.
You just fucking like
Yeah, we are exactly like Vietnam vets.
100%. Working a cushy work from home job.
Yeah, we've done
It's like Vietnam. I think you guys nailed it.
Hey, COVID is our Vietnam. Or if our generation can claim
if COVID's
anything,
our Vietnam, then we really are pussies because it really wasn't. If sitting at home while you get the most unemployment you ever had.
Yeah,
that's
you-
true. I just got money for sitting on my ass.
I mean, I had a job the whole time. I truly just became like a stepdad level alcoholic. Just sitting at home. I'm like working
dude.
all day. The alcoholism was on like a level that was almost impressive.
No, it's our Vietnam, but we skipped the actual
Dude, it
war.
was.
We
Truly,
went we went straight to
the beer.
veteran.
And I didn't even realize it because at first you're like, well, it's basically like a snow day, like whatever, just watch Netflix, boo-ba-da-boo. Cut to 4
Yeah.
months later, and I'm like, I don't remember the last day I wasn't hammered.
yeah.
I don't remember the last day I
You're
wasn't
watching
just
shows that you
shitfaced.
don't like. You're
It
just
doesn't
like,
matter.
I gotta
I'm
watch.
shit-faced.
I
Who
gotta watch
cares?
something.
I watched all of. I can't even remember the fucking name. But there was a shitty show I binged
Yeah.
about 4 seasons of.
Yeah.
It's that. It was like a hacker show with.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah, I watched Mr. Robot. I
Yep,
thought
yep,
the
yep.
first season was good. The rest was trash, but I didn't care because I was trash.
Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot.
You've never heard of Mr. Robot?
No.
It's a show. It's kind of a fun premise.
Okay.
It's what's that guy's name?
Dumb.
Rami Malek.
Yeah, it's like he's like
that him?
Oh, he's funny.
he's like a psychotic hacker and he's taking on the stuff. And it's kind of the first season's pretty good, but then every season's like a twitch. Like it was all in his head. It was all in his head. It was all in his head.
Yo.
And I'm like, I think the writers need to put more stuff in their head. Write some better shit.
I
Yeah.
tried
This is fucking
to
ridiculous.
I tried to watch Blacklisted with my girlfriend or Blacklist.
Oh, dude, that
Oh.
show is garbage.
Oh my god.
That is the worst pile of shit I've ever seen in my life, dude.
I was ready.
Blacklist is like some good old fashioned. Like that's like what a 45-year-old thinks interesting.
Oh, dude, that's a mom
Exactly.
show.
That's a
straight
hard
up
mom.
show.
It's like someone who is. That's what they think a criminal is just some
Yeah.
fat dude in like a fedora.
It's
I
like
was like-
24, dude. It's like what we all thought 24. We all thought
24 at least like hit us.
no, dude.
It hit us
You-
right after 9/11.
You
It
thought
made
it
me
was
hype.
good because
24
you were
made me hype.
12.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm
12
with
the
Tyler
thing.
in this. 24 sucks.
24
I'm not
sucks.
gonna have this whatsoever.
24 sucks. Torture doesn't work. That's
Tell
my-
me where the bomb
24 at this point where you're jerking off to just roo USA propaganda.
Absolutely. Okay,
Oh yeah.
now
and he's
yes.
like, yes, that's what we needed.
When you're watching it now, as a we know what that is.
As an enlightened
But-
young man.
I'm telling you, as a 12, 13, 14-year-old boy, that shit
Yeah.
got me
Is
so hyped,
there
dude.
the 25th hour where they show the CIA planting the bomb?
Right,
That's
yeah.
your dad's version of
Yeah.
24.
That's the thing.
That's what my dad. I mean, literally, I said this in a podcast already, but literally last 9/11, it's a big holiday in our fam. We were in like this mediocre Japanese restaurant, and the CNN's on the TV. They're playing.
Was that the name of the place?
Mediocre Japanese TM, and yeah. And then my dad is, can you shut the lies off? Because there was CNN on the TV playing 9/11 stuff.
Yeah,
There's
some stuff that I do respect. There's some stuff that's like funny now.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a man of the people.
Yeah. Well, dude, he's got more sense than most Americans.
I mean,
he's close.
That's what sucks about
He's
him.
closer.
That's why he's annoying.
He's closer to the truth than Wolf Blitzer, dude.
No, truly. I mean,
You would love to hear you say that.
Yeah, dude.
my dad would literally come his pants. It's so funny because he is a psychotic and a terrible father.
That's all I've ever wanted, dude, was
But
to make your dad come.
Oh, that's yeah, truly. But it's so funny when people like have a hardcore like right wing dad. I'm like, no, I have like a crazy leftist conspiracy dad, and that's the worst part. Is like half the shit he says. I'm like, yeah, you're right, Dad. The CIA is evil.
Yeah.
It's not after you. You're a loser. They're trying to overthrow a sovereign government in another country. They're
Right,
not after
yeah.
a man who works at Kroger.
That would be
Dude,
a really
that's
good though,
That's
like
tough.
CIA psyop to make people's kids comedians. That would really fuck them up.
Yeah. They should do that to like a Clinton, like one of the Clintons.
Yeah.
If they made one of the Clintons a stand-up, dude, that would be.
The worst part is like they would probably be pretty good, and we'd all resent it.
They probably would.
Because there's so many people in comedy that you find out you're like, oh, they're pretty good. Like, what's their story? And they're like, well, their dad owned everything.
Right.
And they had so much. They wiped their ass with hundreds every day.
They're outside. They're outside of a comedy club smoking a cigarette. Like, aren't you Bill Clinton's daughter? Like, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, that's like Chris D'Elia. His dad's like a Hollywood producer, so you're okay. Yeah, you had to get good at stand up, but that is the only struggle you had.
Yeah.
Bombing is the only thing close to a bad time you've had in your life.
I can't believe that a man that grew up in Hollywood likes young women.
Isn't that weird? Following the family tradition.
Yeah, grooming in Hollywood.
I mean, it's just
what?
Isn't that just cultural at that point? I mean, that's like that. If you got like a degree in media in like 20 years ago, that would be in the curriculum. Truly,
grooming would be like that's how you get a young starlet.
I mean, it's funny that Hollywood is literally like we were like, what if we just gave a bunch of pedophiles money to make movies?
Yeah. Well, really, what it was is like a bunch of pedophiles going, we're going to get them to give us money to make movies.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
It's so
ridiculous.
I mean, it's been I do on stage, but I do think that's why so many actors are pedophiles. Like, it just takes so much. That's why they're good actors. Is it just they have to pretend like they're not attracted
Oh, that
to
is
kids
good.
all
That's
day.
funny. Yeah, that's
You know
a good
what I mean?
bit. I haven't seen you do that.
You walk past the playground without doing anything. You're like, and scene.
That's good, man. I like that. All right. What do you guys?
The guy's like, well, thanks, bud.
What do you guys want? What do you guys want to talk about now?
Well, I mean,
That's my
I don't know.
favorite
I
thing.
was ready for you guys to keep talking about pedophiles.
That's
I was
my
like,
big-
I'm not going to
No,
chime in
we cut
until
it
I.
off at an appropriate point
Yeah.
before it became the entire podcast, and I think that was smart.
Yeah.
That was me and Tyler. That was us at 12 o'clock at the bar going, no, I think I will have a water and go home.
Yes.
That was us.
As Tim Smith calls it, stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
You gotta stay in the
stay
pocket.
We did a quick little riff.
Wait,
We're not going into Jeffrey Epstein land the whole app.
Just if Cliff Notes version, pedophiles are good actors.
Absolutely. You have any stories about your dad you'd like to share?
Like I said, my dad is like
Just
a great
funny.
guy.
We don't have to say negative. Or...
Well, this story's not funny, but it's like, I mean, it's honestly just kind of sweet. Can I say a sweet story?
We like sweet stories.
We could do whatever.
Okay.
They could still be
And
funny.
The way you're saying it is like we're horrible people.
Yeah.
Well, I just know the title of the podcast.
Yeah, it does
People are
imply a lot.
always
does.
apprehensive. Always
Okay,
apprehensive.
so my dad's like a wine guy, right?
Love
so
it.
he's big into wine. He's like
Loves
an
his kids and he's a
expert.
wine guy. My God, their mother won.
Yeah, they both did. They're great people. Judy and Bob, shout out,
Dude,
Love ya.
I also think being great parents, you need alcohol. I think that's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of being a good
dealing
parent.
with me. I mean,
if you're a fun
100%.
giddy drunk, for sure.
Yeah.
they
And
like didn't drink until we drank together. Like I'm sure they drank sometimes and just we didn't see it.
They were
but
just good at it.
There's moderation. They're like normal people. They just drink.
Yeah, they're human.
They're
Yeah,
regular
They're not an
human beings.
alcoholic.
They're not at a bar every single night.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
they're
know, they
not.
don't. Their job isn't. Well, I guess my dad's is now, but like he just like very moderate. But he got into wine. He was in like the restaurant business, and he was like got really really into wine, and then now he like runs the wine room at like this Italian market, like basically like a family owned like eataly. Like I don't know if you've
Love
ever
it.
been to Italy.
Oh, I love
yeah.
Italy, dude.
So it's essentially that, but like small family owned by this one family in St. Pete, Florida.
yeah.
And he runs their whole wine program. Like he does events for them, and he like works in the shop and orders all the wine wholesale and sells it
Okay.
to the customers. So when I
Is
was
he
in,
that guy? Does he have like an apron and he stands behind like a big wooden box with like a bunch of different bottles of wine? And he's like, try these.
no, he walks around and goes, "What are you looking for?" And people go, "I don't know." And he goes, and then he gets mad at them for not knowing.
I
about,
not know what you want.
He-
Company.
so-
you don't know what would go perfect with that pot roast. You fucking
yeah,
peasant.
well, he's like, "Well, what do you like?" And they're regular. They're like people that are like don't know anything about wine, and they're like, "I don't know. I like a Cabernet." And he's like, well, is like he's like a wine snob,
Right,
You know,
right,
he's a
right.
good, nice
I want to meet
guy.
someone who's like that, but like about like gas station malt liquor.
That
You're walking in
exists.
like, what are you looking for? You want a King Cobra? You want a Four Loko? And they're
Have
like,
you met
I
Nick?
don't know. What do you like? And you're like forgetting how I feel right now. And you're like, huh, okay, sure.
It's
Yeah.
that all that is like, who do you want to hit tonight? This one's gonna make you hit the police.
Yeah.
This is gonna make you hit your girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, there's a new drink. Have you guys had Monaco's?
No.
I have not had Monaco's, man.
Monaco's
You
are-
keep talking about the Monaco's.
Monaco's are
This guy's big on Monaco.
the death of this nation, but a beautiful thing. So it's like a Red Bull, but in the opposite direction. It's a canned cocktail.
Beautiful.
It's $3 at gas stations.
Even more
They've
beautiful.
only sold them
At
about
gas
5 states.
stations across the country.
Oh, not across.
We're going
only-
worldwide,
only in
baby.
Illinois. Illinois, we're about legal weed. We're about the gambling on the phone. We're about the Monaco's in the gas station.
Yeah.
You go get yourself a Monaco, 9% alcohol.
Woo!
That's a good percentage.
You drink about 2 of these, you're hammed.
Yeah.
I
Red
get
Bull-
hammed for $6, son. Do you understand
I know
that?
you're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
Red Bull gives you wings. Monaco clips your wings.
Yeah, it clips your wings. Yeah.
So your dad's a wine guy.
Yeah, so he's I mean, it's so funny. He's like a wine snob, but
Yeah.
he won't admit that he is. He's like, "No, I just like good things."
Is he a sommelier?
That's like such a snobby thing
I
to
know.
say.
I know,
No,
it's
no,
so
no. I
funny.
just have taste and I know what I like.
Yeah, it's like us going like someone like you're like a comedy snob. And we're like, "No, I just know it's fucking good." You know what I mean? You know? Which is like- but that's how
truly
you-
the most douchey response to that question.
But I also think that's how you should feel about the things that you love.
No,
you
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
you're
like
absolutely.
You're right.
You know, if you're like a director and you love every movie, it'd be like, shut the
You
fuck
suck.
up.
You're Michael Bay.
Yeah. God, I was trying to pull that name.
Yeah, we all.
I was
were
like-
trying-
I was gonna be
as
like,
soon as you
"Shut
said
up,
city
Michael
director,
Bay."
Michael Bay was in the revolver, ready to go.
Dude, I
my
was
son.
looking for Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
That's the name of a documentary that's going to come out in
Looking
15
for
years.
Michael
Looking
Bay,
for
yeah.
Michael Bay.
He runs away from the 50 horrible movies he made.
yeah.
Dude, I would love to see him they're like, where is he? And he's just in like a small room, pretty dark, with 2 Transformer dolls just going boom, boom.
I mean, I appreciate anybody who's just like, no, give me $50 million, boom, boom, hot girl.
Oh, yeah.
all of the money. I mean, people are dumb. So I appreciate
boom.
anybody who's just like, boom, boom, hot girl. Guy sad for a minute.
Boom,
guy
boom.
not sad for a minute.
Boom, boom, hot girl, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. That's the guy sad for a minute. It's like, oh
Yeah.
no, it's not gonna work out. It worked out. Robot thing, yay!
Yeah,
And
yeah.
all of the money. He
All
has
of it,
all
dude.
of the money.
Yep.
I do think certain dumb directors, it should be legal to kidnap them. You know what I mean? Like, if someone kidnapped Michael Bay and stole all of his money, how could you not argue that that is the most ethical wealth transfer that has ever happened?
And then they use it to make better movies.
Yeah, that's for
Or
sure.
they use it to make their version of his movies. Like, they're just also, they have the same taste. They're like, I should be fucking making this movie.
yeah. You have a Michael Bay movie about kidnapping Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
boom, boom, different girl. Different guy
Yeah,
sad.
we don't have Megan Fox. We
Yeah.
do have like a Caitlyn Jenner in there.
Were there
it's
Transformers?
Machine Gun Kelly in a bikini, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Were there Transformers nerds that got
There's no
there's like
Transformers
Marvel
nerds really.
There's like huge Marvel
Transformers
nerds, right?
is
I don't know.
too dumb for nerds.
It's literally for children.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally
but
like
the movies there's not enough of a universe. Like, no one's reading a graphic novel about Transformers.
Okay. I didn't know. I
don't know either. I'm actually speaking out of my ass. There might be a community. Who knows? There's a lot of sad people.
Who wants like, I want Transformers, but get the explosions out of it. I want them to like.
I want like a detailed story.
Yes.
About
Where they're like at the UN and they're like, like siding with Israel.
Because what they did was they like literally just made a lot of money and they just kept making movies. I do think there really wasn't a universe. Like, I think there's nerds from the cartoons, but there ain't no Michael Bay nerds.
no.
Yeah.
There's zero Michael Bay nerds.
Well,
Right.
I just like also who fucking wrote this shit, dude? Like, was it Henry Ford? He's like, what if cars were heroes?
Yeah. What if buying a Honda Civic made you a hero? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the best commercial. Why? Honestly, I would respect Transformers so
Your
much
Kia
more.
Forte isn't just a nice economical buy with a high safety rating. It's also your best friend.
Yeah, it fights against evil. Dude.
I mean, if in the middle of it, it just went like, buy a Kia Ford. Like, that would be the like if in the middle of it's like Kia Ford. Fighting the world from Decepticons. Like, that would be.
Well, it kind of does. Like, they'll pull up and it'll like, and that thing where it goes right to the camera and it's the logo of the car. You know, it's like they pull up.
But I think
Boom,
we're
logo
entering
right
the
there.
stage of late stage capitalism hell. Where
Oh God, we said late stage capitalism on the pod, dude. God damn it,
we're cooking now. We're cooking.
I'm just saying, I want movies to stop and just promo. I want it to just stop.
Dude, what if
It's
you're like
already
a-
happened.
what if
Happy
you're like a-
Gilmore? Happy Gilmore is a Subway commercial. Watch that movie. It's a Subway commercial.
Yeah,
they say
yeah.
Subway 25 times.
Yeah.
He goes and gets Subway. Everything's Subway. The thing that crashes on the green is
truly
Subway.
The most mediocre place
Yeah,
for food
yeah,
in
yeah.
this fucking
Well,
nation.
they own Happy Gilmore. I'm telling you.
Well, they're actually pretty. You know, they were forward thinking because they didn't even make their pedophile act. You know what I mean? They were like, I know pedophiles can't act, but why didn't he just play himself?
Dude, that's so funny because it's like such a hole in the whole like endorsement because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, he didn't lose weight because of Subway. He lost weight because he wants to fuck kids.
He lost
Yeah, yeah.
weight because he was nervously sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
someone was gonna come across these texts one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, imagine being just a nobody pedophile and then getting famous. You're like, dude,
you're like all these eyes on me. You're like, fuck, I have a lot of things to hide, guys. This isn't good.
dude, you're like the classic like mobster in the movies. That's like, why you gotta try to run for mayor?
Yeah. You're bringing heat on
You're
the
bringing
block.
all this heat on us. just working. Just work at CVS and be a small town pedophile.
Yeah.
You would have never got caught if you didn't show
brag.
everyone your
Yeah,
jeans.
don't stop showing the jeans.
That would have been so funny, dude. If he was, there was one of those commercials where he's like holding out his old fat jeans, and there's just a kid wedged in between that space. He's like,
yeah.
I could fit a whole kid in my pants.
Dude, he was never even fat. He just wore those jeans to hold children in.
Kids in.
He was always that size. The regular.
So anyway, your
We
dad.
keep trying to escape pedophiles. We keep getting
back in it, but your dad's a
Oh,
wine guy.
by the way, I wanted to say late stage capitalism. What if you're like a leftist, but you're just like reminiscing about the previous stage of capitalism? You're like, I just miss
Early
I just
stage,
miss
dude.
early stage
I
capitalism.
feel like you list out at it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we're at bar close capitalism.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not fun.
Yeah, they're playing that stupid. You don't have to go home, and
Yeah,
you can't
you
say
understand.
closing time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be whenever the next election is, I just want closing time to play.
Yeah.
Confetti, it's closing time. I don't care. If
Dude,
Trump
I'm
walks out
gonna
again.
I'm gonna run for president. And that's gonna be like the song that I come out to
Yeah,
at
it's
all
like
my rallies.
closing time. I mean, I was watching the news today at the gym, and the news is just so dark that it's like,
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's beyond. Like, if you just watch it for 20 seconds, I'm like, it's one of those things. Someone's like, "Do you have a 401k?" And you're like, "You think you're gonna live long enough to cash out?" You are so dumb. You're
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dumbest
Dude,
person I know.
the
You
next
think you're gonna have
election-
60s, you dumb moron.
Right.
The next election is it's going to be vote for an NFT or for like this literal geriatric wheelchair like crazy person. That's going to be what it is. It's either going to be NFT
I mean, it's a level of darkness, but when
It's
they're
gonna
they're
be-
climate, it's like West Virginians. They're like, oh, there's this thing happening, the thing's melting, and it's just in my head. I'm just like, gonna be happy for the next 5 years. Well, I can. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just on the
That's
treadmill.
all you can do.
I'm on the treadmill, literally being like, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do until the militia's at the door.
Dude, that's all you can do, really, honestly. You don't have any control over anything. All you can actually do, I'm like,
Is
that's
tweet.
what I've come to. Is like I'm just like resigned. I'm like,
No,
well,
I think
Oh,
we've
yeah.
all, I think
100%.
we've all collectively given up and just sort of like, well, all right.
yeah.
When you see like, well, there's every time I read news, and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I don't know what to do.
We're on an
Yeah.
acid trip. We were all fighting it for a while. And now we're like, well, let's just see where the drugs take us.
Well, see, I'd
Dude.
love to believe the Illuminati would have some sort of like, I know they want to live.
You are your
Wow.
dad, dude. We all try to escape our fathers, bro.
No,
but
but
we're
I do-
on, you're
Yeah.
like, well, the Illuminati, like
I love
that's
it,
a
dude.
thing.
I
No,
love
but,
it.
but Bezos,
No, I love-
Bezos wants to live. So like,
No, I love
through,
that. I love that
climate
Kenyon.
change.
I love that Kenyon's like, my dad is literally crazy, and I agree with everything he says.
he's diagnosed crazy, but
I'm
he's the
sorry,
smartest
shouldn't have
man
said-
I know.
I should have said crazy. That's not nice. But
You're right.
He's
That's
loony, Cocoa for Tutu Pups. I hate whenever
he's Coco for tutu pups.
I hate when anyone's
That's like on a chart of like, you know how they have like the terror threat levels.
Yeah.
They just go. It goes like crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and then crazier than that is cuckoo for Tuco Puffs. And you're like, what even is that? And you're like, yeah, that's how fucking crazy this guy is.
Yeah, dude.
Guy,
I'm saying
this
it
guy
right now.
doesn't
I
even
think
know what up is down. He has no idea where he's at, dude.
That's I think terms for mental illness are hilarious. I think loony bin is kind of one of the funniest things.
Looney Bin is funny.
Like to say like
Well-
in an asylum, you're like, it's a bin full of loonies. I'm like,
I
that's,
just love
whoever wrote that needs a job.
because bin implies you're just tossing things.
Yeah,
into
you're
it.
just,
You just got-
you
you're
just
just
take a bunch of
fucking-
crazies and you're like, here you go.
Yeah, it's like one guy on the feet, one guy on the arms, and they're just tossing them into the bin, you know, and they're just
Loonies.
letting them run amok in there.
100%. It's funny. But your dad ain't loony. He's just
He's a
man
wine
who
guy.
loves wine.
He's a great guy, man. So all that was just background to tell you that he's like a wine guy. He's not a sommelier, but he would be if he took the test. You know,
Okay.
he just
Love
doesn't
one
take
of
the
those, like,
test.
if he just applied himself.
Yeah, no.
He is
It's like literally just like there's kind of no reason to take the test because he doesn't want to like work in a restaurant, which is like what a sommelier does,
Right.
You know, but I am encouraging him to like do it because I think it would be cool for him to do to get like, yeah, I did it, I passed it. You know what I mean? He's a certified by the like same association or like organization that certifies sommeliers. He's a certified Italian wine expert. So
Okay.
Damn.
excuse me, he did the whole like blind tasting thing, like 3 glasses of wine in front of you and you got to figure out like what wine it is.
Like Napoleon Dynamite did with milk.
I don't know Napoleon Dynamite. That's a movie for dumb people. It's a stupid movie.
It really is.
Yeah,
it's so
it's a
dumb.
movie for dumb people, and I love it, dude.
My dad's a snob, and I'm the same. dude.
Yeah.
I know you're wearing all black right now. You're in
you-
fucking film school uniform. We know you're the
At
same.
some point, I got a beret in the car, dude.
I know you got
At some
a brand
point,
new-
I gotta.
mean, you got the all black on your fucking comic.
At
It's-
some
it's
point, I gotta
unreal.
just embrace what I am. You know
know
what I
you-
mean?
Yeah, you're right.
We all do. You can't fundamentally change who you are. You
No,
just
I
get used to
just,
it.
you know what? I'm a little bit of a snob. I think that's all right.
No, I know.
But I just the least likable thing.
Yeah.
But so my dad, like, when we were when I was in college with all my, I lived with like some close friends in college. We moved into this house, and he sent us like a case of wine, like good wine. And there was like one bottle in particular that was like, it's like the wine that him and I drink on like big occasions, like when I graduated and all this stuff. It's like,
Love it.
we had tasted like wines when I was like, later high
your
school,
favorite
early
wine?
college, Brunello. Which
Do you know what that is?
No.
Nope, me neither.
I work
It's not-
with alcohol all day, son.
It's not common. It's very expensive, which is why it's like a big occasion
Right.
to drink it, right? So, and I've only had it maybe like 10 times in my life, but all on like big occasions, like holidays, that kind of thing. He'll get like one bottle at like wholesale cost or like got it as a gift or whatever, It's fucking, expensive wine. And so there was one bottle of that in the case, and we had drank all the other wine because we were in college, we're lunatics. We're like, yeah, we're fucking high class, and we're just like, drinking it on our roof,
for sure.
in like a plastic cup or whatever. But this one bottle I knew was really good, and I was like, my dad called me. He's like, you guys probably ran through all that wine, so already, huh? And I was like, no, like, yes, mostly, but we have this one bottle, the Brunello, I'm saving for an occasion. And we haven't really had anything to celebrate. We haven't had an occasion to open the bottle yet. And he goes, the occasion is when you open the bottle.
Love that. Love that.
It's like Taoism, dude.
Yeah.
That why did I feel like that hit me like a Buddhist quote? Right?
Dude,
It's like the occasion
that's
when
what
you
I'm
open the
saying.
bottle, I'm like, live in the moment, live your life.
Yes,
Live your life,
man.
dude. And that's the thing is like that quote, like, and I've talked to him about it too, and he's like, he doesn't even remember saying that, but he's like,
to be honest, I was hammed. I love how you're like, Dad, I got that tattooed on my back. It means so much to me, live in the moment. And like, yeah, the occasion's right now. He's like, son, I was hammered in a fight with your mom. I was on the balcony, I'm gonna be honest. I had just done a little blow, and I was just kind of rambling.
Yeah. No, I mean, but he was like, he'll just double down anytime I mention it. I'm like, you remember that? That was a pretty fucking sick line that you had there. And he's like, well, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna drink. Wine is for drinking. He's like, He's like, we don't need to let this wine just stay in the bottle. It's to enjoy with the people that you care about. And I'm just like,
I like how he's just nervous and be like, I don't remember saying that. I don't remember. Yeah, it's like people you love and you got to drink with them, and that's what it is. And I love you, and let's have a good Christmas. So let's stop bringing up stuff I said when I'm blacked out. Okay? Make me a little insecure.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, it was a good moment. It's a sweet, like I said, it's a sweet story.
That is nice.
You guys, it's the occasion when you open the bottle.
Exactly.
And that's
the
what you
occasion
need
is
to
when you
say
open the
as you get like an intervention, like people are coming, you're like, it's the occasion when you open the bottle. You're like, you open the bottle every day,
Well, yeah,
dude.
It's too many bottles that you've opened.
I would really love it if someone said that. Just apartment, nothing's on the floor. Nothing but bottles.
Well, yeah, the quote really
just-
hinges on the bottle being very expensive. If he's saying that while he's cracking the plastic seal,
cracking open a Monaco from
Yeah.
a gas station.
exactly.
And then ain't an occasion, it's a problem.
Yeah, you're like, the occasion, you're cracking it open. You're like, the occasion is when you open the bottle.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's not a bottle, kid.
Yeah,
That is a can.
That is a $3 can of 9% alcohol malt liquor. Son.
That is a skinny can, bro.
It's a skinny
That
can.
is
You're like,
not
it's the
a
occasion. I'm
bottle.
drunk on the CTA. Cops kicking me off. Tell you what the occasion is. About to kick some fucking commie's ass. Preparing to fight.
Speaking of kicking Kami's ass, we got to get to the Patreon. We're getting a little loosey goosey over here.
We're gonna rip it
But
up.
Tyler, do you have anything you want to plug?
No, just follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that nonsense.
What's your handle?
And, at Tyler J Horvath on everything.
We'll post it on the on our
Yeah, well,
on our Instagram
it's in the
and
description, baby.
It's in the description, baby. And just follow me on there. I post clips every week. And
Spicy.
Instagram specifically will be where I'll have like live dates. I'll post about those when I have them in your city. So thank you guys for having me on. This was fun.
Oh,
You
absolutely,
do a show
dude.
at the Lincoln Lodge. Check out the Lincoln Lodge 5 nights a week.
Yeah, the
It's not
Lincoln
5
Lodge rules.
7 nights a week.
Lincoln Lodge does rule.
100%. And check out our fucking Patreon.
You got one
Yeah.
little hair here that is.
Oh yeah, we're probably getting a little loosey goosey over here.
Yeah,
I said-
we're getting hammed, and we're about to jump on this Patreon.
we're
and
gonna
let
say
it
some
loose.
wild shit. I'm ready to say some wild shit on this Patreon.
Yeah,
Hop on that.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, gang.
Thank you.